Hey guys, it's Lauren. Welcome back to my channel where we talk about everything having to do with psychology, manifesting, and the law of attraction. Today we're talking about one of the hottest topics in manifesting right now, and that is about the self-concept. We're covering what it is, whether you need it or not to manifest, and how you can use your self-concept to actually speed up your manifestations and make manifesting a lot more easy. I'm going to cover a lot of different topics within self-concept today, so you definitely want to stick around to the very end. It's going to clear up a lot of questions that you may have had up until now about manifesting in general. So self-concept is basically how you view yourself. Do you think you're talented, attractive, unique, unforgettable? Or do you think you're unworthy, unlovable, or really nothing special? For good or for bad, this is all contained within your self-concept. And yes, since your self-concept is your beliefs about yourself, just with any other belief, these beliefs will end up getting manifested out in your 3D world. Because let's not forget, your 3D world is simply an accumulation of your thoughts, your assumptions, and your beliefs. Now, the question everyone is asking, okay, is do you actually need to work on your self-concept to manifest your desires? And the answer is yes, and it's also no. The way that I see it is that you're actually always working on your self-concept, whether you think you're working on it or not. You literally cannot not work on self-concept. Why I think people tend to get so confused about self-concept is because they see it as the separate category that they need to work on to manifest their goals, because it's just about the self, right? But that's the thing. Self-concept also includes the following categories: your relationships with others, that means friends, family, love, relationship, specific person, how you think about the world and how you think the world works, and how you think life seems to go for you in general. And basically anything else that happens in your life is a reflection of your self-concept. Essentially, there is only you, so everything is self-concept. In manifesting, we already take the position that everything is the self. That's how we can influence things in the world. So what other concept can anything be if there's only the self? That's right, nothing. It has to be self-concept. There's no other choice. The only reason everyone is you pushed out works is because everyone in your world is being experienced through your consciousness, your awareness, and your self-concept. So knowing that, when we run specific person affirmations, what are we really doing? I want you to think about this for a moment. That's right. We are actually changing our self-concept. We are changing how we believe the world works in relation to others. When we run affirmations about worthiness, we're changing our self-concept. When we run affirmations about anything like that we travel the world for free, we are still changing the self-concept. In the end of the day, life is really like a game. Whatever you think the rules of the game are, that's how it's going to go for you. And that is all part of your self-concept. Now, whether you decide to do very specific affirmation work, such as my specific person loves me and thinks only of me, or very general affirmations, like all my relationships are harmonious, it doesn't really matter. You are essentially, in both instances, changing your self-concept in relation to relationships and how you think relationships are supposed to go for you. So the reason we use different techniques like general affirmations or more specific affirmations when it comes to specific person or specific job is because somehow in our minds we create this category that that thing is somehow different than everything else and all the other rules in our life. So the reason that we break down specific things and then start affirming on those specific things is not because they're actually outside of our self-concept. The reason that we do it is because in our mind we have categorized those things as somehow being exceptions to the rule. And once you create that underlying belief that they are exceptions to the rule, then you have to work within that belief system to remedy the situation. Essentially, it works the way you think it works. So if you think your specific person is separate from every other person in your life or every other love relationship, then you're going to have to affirm on that. If you think that they're the same, then you can go more general. So what happens is you end up creating in your mind a separate belief system for this one person. You have essentially splintered off the self-concept, and you now have to deal with that new belief that you created. You see that specific person as separate, different, special, rare, and maybe even better than you. So this is a bit of an unpopular opinion, but having a specific person in itself is a bit of a limiting belief, right? Because of course it can seem like a very real thing. It looks real in the 3D, but you've basically taken this one person and you put them on this pedestal, on this category as special and different from everyone else and somehow maybe even better than you. So to mitigate this imbalance in the mind that you've created, now we have to do specific affirmations for that person, but it's not necessarily necessary to do that to get your specific person. It's just one way to do it. Because in the end of the day, is this specific person really different from all the other people in your world? No, they are not. Okay. And actually, I don't want to get too much into self-love right now because it's a topic for a different video. But the only reason you see them as different to begin with is because you are triggering up some insecurity within you and what you believe your worthiness to be. And of course, where is that insecurity? It's right within the self-concept, okay? It's all self-concept if you haven't gotten that until now. Now, why is all of this so important? Because the more you recognize how you have been splitting off the ideas of self-concept into different boxes, okay? For example, there's a box for the dream home, the box for the love of your life, the box for how you look, a box for the perfect career. And now you have to run affirmations on all those separate things, okay? The more work you end up creating for yourself, more work means more energy, more attention, more focus, and your energy is actually finite, okay? Your manifestations are not finite. What's capable in your life is not finite, it is infinite. Okay, but your energy towards those things is finite. So I think it becomes kind of clear how if you have to keep running very specific affirmations all the time, how it can get kind of tedious. Yes, you could possibly get your manifestation that way. I'm not saying it's not possible, but at the same time, it does get very taxing. You get to decide what game you are playing. You get to say, in my life, this is how things go. This is the rules of the game. Now, once you decide how your life is going to go and essentially the rules of the game, that's like you deciding we're playing Monopoly and there are specific rules to this game. And I'm going to tell everything and everyone in my world how it's going to go. There's two ways to play the game. You can sit down, have the patience to go over all the rules, answer any nagging questions, get it all over with in one go right at the beginning of the game. So everyone treats me with respect. All my relationships are awesome. Money comes to me easily and effortlessly. I am loved, cherished, and adored. Okay, this would be the equivalent to working on the self-concept and then just letting the game unfold, letting things unfold in your world. Or the second way you can go about the game is without setting up the rules. And every single turn, you have to explain to them what the hell is going on in the game, why they need to pass go or collect $200, or why they ended up in jail on their turn. So the second example would be manifesting a specific thing without working on overall general self-concept. Okay? You're just constantly explaining the minutiae of the game to every person who comes into your world instead of doing self-concept work, which basically, in my mind, makes the rules up front about how the game is going to work. So to make it clear, in both cases, they are still self-concept. Either way, you're working on self-concept. Just in one way, in the specific way, we've splintered off the self-concept into these very specific categories. And in the other way, we've kept the self-concept whole and we're doing more general work and general affirmations on how the rules of the game go. So is one actually better than the other? Neither way of really playing the game is better or worse, okay? Sometimes we need to play the game to start with to even understand what the problems are. Sometimes we make the rules up as we go, and sometimes we need the contrast to give us the level of awareness that shows us that everything really is self-concept. I know that personally in my life, I did need many experiences of contrast to understand that and to get to that level of awareness that there really is only self-concept, one self-concept. If you already have some experience or you're seeing the same things manifest in your life over and over and you want to manifest faster, then yes, you should definitely do work on the more general sense of your self-concept. The way I see it, self-concept work is deciding what are the rules of the game for me, how does my life go, who are the people in my life, and how do they treat me? After all, why wouldn't you do this? It's fun, okay? You get to determine the rules. You get to decide how it's going to go for you. You just have to first recognize that you even have that ability, and you have to gain that level of awareness to be able to make that change. And if you want more help navigating your self-concept, I do offer private coaching, and the email is in the description down below. Now, the last point I want to make on this topic is there's a lot of confusion when it comes to which manifesting coach or guru or law of attraction person is right and which one is wrong, because there is a lot of different techniques out there, a lot of different ways of thinking about it. Some think about it in alignment and vibration. Some people think of it in impression on the subconscious mind. So I really want to kind of clear this up because it actually also has to do with self-concept. You see, all these people are right. All the techniques will work, okay? It just depends on what your existing beliefs are about how the world works. For example, Abraham Hicks says to keep a high vibration, to stay in alignment, and if going specific causes anxiety, go general. Now, why does she say this? She says this because when you are aligned, you are changing the self-concept, taking other things off the pedestal and creating general rules for life. That also works to manifest. Neville Goddard tells you to imagine and persist in the wish fulfilled. Why does he say that? Because you may be splitting off the self-concept, and in that case, you can work with that belief system and still have results. You just need to address it accordingly. Some coaches, such as Agnes Vivarelli, who I really adore, talk strictly about self-love, okay? Does self-love work to manifest? Yes. Why? Because it's all self-concept. And if you see yourself as lovable to all, that includes your specific person, and you have taken them out of that box. All right, I hope this cleared up this topic for you guys because it is an unbelievably interesting topic. And if you want to know more about this topic or you want more videos like this, make sure you comment down below and let me know that. Don't forget to subscribe, to share, like, hit the bell notification, all that good stuff. And if we're not yet connected on Instagram, make sure you join me over there because I share motivational tips every single day. All right, in the meantime, I'm going to throw up 2 videos, one for you over here, and they're both super important. So make sure that you give them a view, and I will see you guys in the next video.